Okay. Let's adjust this. Hey guys, how's it going? You guys can hear me good? I'm adjusting my camera right now. Everyone hear me? You already know what time it is. I'm trying to get this up here. Sorry. Okay. Where's that little crank thing? Here it is. There we go. That's better, huh? All right. Hey. Oh, cool. Okay. Cool. Sorry. I'm just adjusting real quick. You already know. You guys already know where I'm coming. All right. All right. We'll just wait a second before I'll collect a couple more people and then we'll get started. This whole video, I did watch some of it, and it's already wild, man. I can already tell. You've been waiting for what? 30 minutes? I'm gonna have a whole other video on this whole situation, but you know, just trying to get this live out. I know you guys like the live reactions, but we're gonna have a whole ass video on this coming soon. I gotta finish the other one first, so I'm gonna work on that tonight. You know, I pushed that one out earlier. It's doing great. So yeah, so I don't know, let's just get started, huh? Let's do this. All right. By the way, complete contradictions all around through this whole video. It's pretty nuts, man. It's the things people say. But hey, what do I expect from these two?
Okay, we're back. I did not expect to be making this video so soon. I actually filmed the vlog yesterday and I wanted to upload that first, but you guys have so many questions.
I doubt they didn't really expect that. I knew they were going to hop on this and do the Q&A as fast as possible. I mean, they're at like 500 something thousand views. I know, definitely damage control to the max, 100%. But they definitely were planning to do this because that video that they did, you know, the one they plugged full of ads, you know, about breaking up a 7-year relationship that got them on like number 7 trending. Straight up. It straight up got them so much more money than they've had on a video in a long time. They definitely are going to capitalize on this. I don't know how far they're going to go, but who knows? They could be milking this.
Well, all right, we need to address some things.
I think the next time that we film a video in the kitchen, it needs to be a positive video.
Yeah, for real. Yes.
So I kind of thought...
Okay, just want to clarify here that as far as I know from what I skimmed through, my partner already watched it too, so she said this as well, that they didn't address the cheating stuff at all, which is like the biggest deal. So that's kind of sus how they address everything else apparently, but they don't address one of the bigger things that people have been like claiming against Kyra. They ignored it. So again, really sus.
That we would start, I like have a bunch of notes on my phone of like things that I wanted to address from the last video and like the reactions from the last video.
You know, Kyra's pressed. You know, she's so pressed about what people are saying about her right now, which is why she was super quiet. They completely failed to address the other guy. Exactly. Gone. This breakup might be fake for money. I don't know. I mean, to be honest, I think it's real, but I also don't think that I also think that they will capitalize on it because it's going to rake in money. So I don't know. I think it's super weird that they just broke up a 7-year relationship and they were going to be talking about like, you know, adult things on Kyra's adult podcast. I don't know. It's just so weird. She didn't say she didn't cheat, but the vasectomy, oh, that made her mad. Yeah, which by the way, I did see that part, and we will be getting to that because I can debunk it completely, and I will definitely be debunking it in my full-blown video on this.
And the first thing I want to say is that, you know, Oscar and I are in a very good place, and I don't want to speak for both of us. People get very mad that I speak for both of us.
She did that in this video. She literally just did that. I also find it weird that it hasn't even been like a month and that they're in a good place, yet a lot of things she did apparently were pretty dirty. So, I mean, for me, I would be really pissed off at her. Don't really understand this like good place thing she's talking about, but I guess I'm just a little bit different.
You need to speak for yourself.
Okay, considering the circumstances.
See how she's letting him do that now, but the last video she wasn't? People were complaining. This is so bizarre to me. Why are they still living together and flirting so much? Why does she claim she now sees a spark in him when literally the only difference is that they are intimate? Which is funny though, because while they were together, they weren't intimate anyways. So they see the spark. Maybe it's being free. I don't know. Oscar still looks like he doesn't agree with anything. Well, for real, if you look at the end of the last video they did on this, addressing the breakup or whatever, like, or announcing it, she says something that pisses him off. Like, he gets straight up mad. So, I mean, 2 + 2, you know what I mean? He's not happy about it. She crossed lines. He said, and she wanted to cut that out of the video. Super weird.
Yes.
Okay.
I think we're in a good place.
And Oscar's just like that. Oscar, I'm not like trying to talk over him or say his feelings. Like, Oscar and I just express ourselves differently.
Yeah.
And
She did that the whole video, last video. The whole thing, the whole time.
And he's much more like this. He stares out the window and thinks while I talk. He's muting me out right now.
Only in like serious situations like
Yes,
this.
yeah. Like, and same thing. I remember his mom when we told her that we were.
Look, and like for me, like I can be a quiet dude, so like that's not really like the weird part. But to be real, she was speaking for him. Like she didn't just do what she just said was like, hey, how do you feel? The last video, she was claiming to be best friends with him still and all this and all that, and that she loves him. Well, he just stood there and didn't say anything. Like, come on. Hey, just saw your live. Hey, what's going on, Kelly? I wish they would have addressed if, when, or who will be moving out. This all was weird. Yeah, exactly. They also didn't address that. You're right. Weird dynamic, man. Just, it's super weird, and I don't know. I don't understand it.
We were pregnant with Levi.
Students with ADHD save 10
Go
hours
figure an ad,
studying
guys.
with this Chrome extension.
That was my mouse
No,
app.
by all means, go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
You said nothing.
Just went through the breakup, and we have 3 kids, and it just seems fake. Yeah.
And she
The
was
whole
mad.
time, yeah. And
Yeah.
I had to say anything because these are awkward conversations to have. You don't really know what to say, and you don't want to say the wrong thing, especially on the internet with
This whole thing is wrong. Why is this even on the internet?
all the backlash. So I'm not letting him speak. You can speak. Okay, but yes.
Thank you for thanks, Kyra, for your permission that Oscar didn't speak. She, look at that. She just contradicted herself. Even if they're friends, it won't last. So naive. Sad that it will get ugly. I guarantee it. Yeah, I mean, it was ugly in general. I mean, that's the thing is, what happens if like Oscar's free? He can go out and do as he pleases. She has no say anymore. And so now there's nothing filtering or holding him back. And now he'll go do whatever he wants. And so like Kyra's not going to like that. It's going to be the same situation. Living together is not going to do anything. Just waiting for the exposed videos once it gets sour. Exactly. Those are going to come ASAP. Sad how she's behaving and acting like he's her gay best friend, right? You have a history together and kids. How do you move on so fast? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like, bro, using my hands. 7 years of this. Kids, house, YouTube, another business, and it's just so casual to them and they're over it. To be honest, it just kind of seems like both of them were checked out, which is fine, but the reality of it is like you would think that there would be some pullback at least, but it's barely been 2 weeks. So I really hope they both get lawyers. It's gonna get messy. It's gonna get messy.
We are in a really good place. Like, we have fun together all day. We make jokes together all day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this morning I told him my nipples were hard, and he went to grab and was like, and like, it's funny. We have like.
She says that now, like, whatever about the nipples, but about having, getting along and having fun. Like, I just don't understand how they could get along and have fun now being broken up while, like, not actively having fun together while out and about at an amusement park. It doesn't make any sense at all. But poking nipples, I guess, does it.
Banter. We're in a good place, considering.
Yes.
No?
Yes. Yeah.
No, are we in a good place?
Yes.
Tell them.
Because the nipple thing was out of habit, and
To be honest, She's sick of Oscar. Oscar's sick of her. I don't doubt that this is real, that they don't want to be together. I think that's on mutual standing points. I believe they don't want to be together. Oscar feels free. She feels free. When people say they like the empowerment thing, sure, she may feel empowered because she finally broke up with him because A, B, and C. But in all reality, she feels free. He feels free. That's what this is. But it is my point that I've been trying to make, that she made it seem like they were in love this entire time and whatever. She used to praise him being the best friend and la-di-da-di-da. But now she's using that to say that she doesn't think of him as anything more than a best friend, which is weird because she doesn't really imply that in this video, I believe. But the other one, she made sure to say that he's just a best friend. It's so confusing. It's so contradictive, and it makes no sense. Well, let me read some comments real quick. This video is way more chill than their announcement. I know, it's kind of weird. You would think there'd be some sadness in the announcement, but there was just giggles, at least from Kyra. I think they had a huge talk about their public perception and are faking a lot of this. I don't believe they will not blow up soon. So like, that's the thing too, is that I know somewhere in here Kyra says that like people pointed things out to them, and then they finally were like sat down and had to talk about things. But it seemed like from the breakup video that they never sat down and talked about it before. So you need randoms online to tell you the problems you're having, but you don't do it with each other prior. Like, it's just so weird to me that you can't communicate to each other, and you're apparently best friends, but you can communicate to randoms online. But I guess that's because they pay their bills.
I didn't squeeze. I just was like, oh wait.
Yeah, he didn't. He said, yeah. But like, we are happy, and we have, this is.
Yeah, no, Cole, you already know what it is. I'm hopping on this. Gotta do a live reaction, you know?
Like, I know it's new to you guys, but it's not necessarily brand new to us like it is on the internet. So like.
Well, it is shocking. And we were sad at first. Both of us were.
Yeah.
Kyra wasn't sad. I mean, I'm telling you, like, she broke up with him on, the day after Christmas, so the 26th. And then not even 2 weeks later, she has this behavior and attitude about it, this energy. And it's like, I understand, like, okay, you feel free, okay, that's fine. But you would think that there would be some sort of sadness, especially after having so much together and like giving it up. And even if you're starting a new life, it's like scary and you're going to be anxious and nervous and all that. But there's none of that. She's ready to go. And, you know, he's ready to go too. It's just, they've both been checked out for a while now. So like, Kyra needs to recant her thing about me being a jealous hater and me making up bullshit, because that's what she said. She said that I made up a lot of lies about them when she addressed the drama channels online. Now she needs to recant that because I was completely right. Yeah, and it wasn't that long ago, like literally November, just a couple months ago. But in that same month, she said that, you know, she loved them and she lived in a dream and whatever. I think Oscar and the kids will disappear. She'll spend time posting about hookups and body positivity. Then in a few months, they'll be back together once she gets bored or sees him happy. True, that's true. If she sees him happy, and let's say if she's not in a happy place, like if she's not with anybody, she'll get jealous and, you know, do what people like her do. I just don't think she's gonna be this calm or happy when he finds someone. Nope. And I don't think they are going to be able to live together. No, they're not gonna be able to live together at all.
It was a lot at first, so you gotta remember, like.
Well, we couldn't even upload. Like, I laid in bed forever. Like, I've been processing these emotions and stuff. So no, I didn't get on camera, and I'm like laughing as I broke up with him. Like, that's how it's portrayed.
That's because, like, that's what happened. Because not long after you broke up with him, he, like, shortly after went off to Florida by himself to go to strip clubs or whatever he wanted to do and hang out with friends, hang out with Tweedledee and Tweedledum while she was home. And I'm sorry, but less than 2 weeks is not enough time to process a breakup, especially the perception that you were giving us online. I understand if you're checked out, okay, but there is literally no sadness at all. Yeah, she was literally laughing. She was literally doing that. So what is she talking about?
And that's not true.
True. Very true.
I don't even remember what I said exactly, but like saying that we've been having problems for a year. People are assuming that a year ago, I knew we were not going to be together.
You were having problems for a year ago. We can literally prove it. At least I can.
That is not the situation. And I actually talked to Oscar about this off camera to make sure he didn't feel this way.
See, right here is what I was talking about. She asked after the fact of people saying stuff, backlash, but she didn't ask prior. They don't communicate. I just find it so weird for people who like literally were together for 7 years and best friends, didn't sit down and have this talk. Like, I know he says later on that they talked about on vacation at a hotel, like what do they got to do to fix it, and she just broke up with them. So it's like there was no trying hard or anything. Like that was maybe his only moment to really like shine, where he was actually asking her like, what do we got to do to fix this, and she just broke up with him. There was literally no trying to the relationship at all. She just gave it up because she was done with him. She's checked out. She doesn't want to try, and that's fine. But I just everything she says is just ass backwards. Let's see. That's how it was portrayed because this is what she said. Yep, exactly. There should be sadness, especially because of her kids. Yeah, exactly. That's what you gotta think about. It's like it's beyond them. I mean, when you have, I just love how the kids are barely like equated into this scenario. Like they're just so focused on each other that the kids are kind of just pushed off into the background. And like you would think that on top of the 7-year relationship, and it'd be one thing if they were just together, but they have kids. They have kids. And you would think that they would try their hardest, communicate in order to make it work for their children, because, you know, parents splitting up and having, you know, custody issues or whatever is going to happen, because it's going to, is very toxic and very damaging to children. And they don't think about that. They didn't, and they didn't try, and they didn't care. They just are very, very selfish people, both of them. Let's see. Are their views down? Could this be a publicity sign? I mean, it might be. I mean, I think it's real, but I think it's a real situation. But I also think that they're going to capitalize on it. I mean, they got the announcement, they got this addressing video. I don't doubt that they'll have more. I don't doubt it. So we'll just have to wait and see, because clout chasing, you know.
No, I don't feel like I don't. Okay, this is another hard one for me to answer because I didn't realize anything up until like a month and a half ago. So that's my fault in the relationship to not pick up on like, hey, Kyra's struggling.
Okay, so right there is an issue, because the last video Kyra did bring up Hannah, which was a little messed up to throw under her bus. But think about this perspective. She was having mental health issues and Oscar wasn't there. He acknowledges it and he said he wishes he was there, blah, blah, blah. But he also says he tried his best. If he tried his best, he would have picked up on those like cues to step in and go like, hey, what's wrong? He didn't do it until the bitter end. And that's definitely his fault for not being a present partner. And I know she says later on, like there's nothing, him being a partner, like there's nothing bad about him when it comes to being a partner. But that literally goes against what she says, because he literally didn't pick up on those things. Postpartum depression, I don't know. Hold on, I'm gonna read this comment that was up here. Wait, was that Kyra or another person who posted on their story asking if they would make an OF? I could be very wrong, but was that Kyra? Kyra wants to. She's posted about it before. I haven't touched up on it, and I was gonna touch up on it like probably like a week ago or so, but then this stuff blew up, so I'm on this. And so anyways, she wants to start an OF, and I think it's gonna be very damaging to that, because she's not gonna get people who want to go over. I also think it's weird that people would even want to like sign up for that, because she's based around a family channel. But I digress. Okay, let's continue.
This is what she's going through because it takes two people. So that was my bad, and that's why I was so shocked by that.
Also going to pause here, and by the way, I'm going to make another video on this, and I'll point out these hypocrisies, because he says he didn't notice, yet he's also admitted in other breakup videos or fight videos, because they had 2 of them last year where they addressed other times where they were having major issues, that he was selfish and not paying attention. So you would think that if you're having issues, again, you would pick up on things earlier and try to be an attentive partner, but that's not what happened. Again, he doesn't care, she doesn't care. They don't communicate. They are both toxic. And that's what I want to make a point. is that they're both toxic in their own ways. I think Oscar is the root of the cause to the breakup, but I also think that Kyra has a bad problem in the relationship, and she also gives this perception of Oscar, and it bit her in the ass. I also think she gives this perception about the relationship, and it bit her in the ass. I also think she's a hypocrite, and she contradicts herself in every single breath. Plus, she's a liar. So this whole thing is just one big shit show. Let me read a comment. Let's see. She went to therapy for her mental health, but she quit because it was too expensive. She should have kept going if it was that bad. I agree. I don't think it's fake. I think they're both very comfortable, which is why he wasn't picking up on things. She's clearly been checked out for a while. It's sad to see them split because of the kids. I agree, but I believe both of them were checked out. They got so much backlash from their breakup video that they were forced to make this video. Absolutely. And Kyra was getting much grief, and I believe she ruined her name. I don't think this video is going to save face. This video was damage control. It was a save face, but it's going to go nowhere. I think she ruined her social media presence. I don't know. She'll still make money. Oop, my bad. She'll still make money, but it's not gonna be pretty for her. Kyra does not handle people telling her she is wrong or what she has done wrong. That is why she quit therapy, and that's to both of them. But both of them can't stand when they're perceived bad, and that is, I don't believe Kyra is a narcissist. I believe she has narcissistic tendencies, and maybe she's been more of a narcissist lately for sure. But Oscar is definitely one himself as well.
I'm trying so hard not to interrupt. I'm so bad at it.
I know, it's okay. It's just you. Dude, just be normal. Who cares?
Well, I'm trying, but people go berserk like it's their full-time job or something.
I'm so sorry
You posted online, it's fair game.
about that too. I did not. Just go.
People also don't like that I touch you.
Oh,
Yeah, Kyra, don't touch my mans.
really?
It's
Why?
mixed signal.
Oh, yeah. No, guys, it is done. Like.
Whoa. I mean, it is, but relax.
Well.
Yeah, relax, man. She only said that, you know, the announcement breakup video in the very beginning that that, you know, you couldn't get out the words that you guys broke up. So she's like, bro, I got this, man. Don't worry. This is a cakewalk. I'm gonna dog walk these fans. Like, get out of here. But yeah, calm down, Oscar. I was a fan a few years ago, but lost all respect for her. I don't have any respect for either one of them anymore, to be honest. They're both selfish people. I'm not saying they should stay together, but they never fully focus on their kids. Absolutely agree with that. They are young and seeking fame and fortune. Yep, and this is going to be a product of it, because I believe this breakup is real, but I also believe they're going to capitalize on it because they're going to make a lot of money from it. But it will die out like all things do. And go figure, all of this is happening after they can't have any more babies. Done some cause you cheated. Yep.
Okay, what was I going to say? This is why I interrupt, because otherwise I lose what I was saying.
I can't blame her for that one. I mean, like, sometimes I want to get my thoughts down. If I don't, sometimes I interrupt my wife, but not in a rude way. But sometimes I have a thought. I'm like, I gotta finish it, and then I can't. So I can't blame her for that one. But I will say, the last video, she definitely was like speaking for him.
It was important. So we kind of talked about that, and to be honest, like, I love Oscar. He is a great person, a great dad, a great fiance, all the things.
Anything else?
No, I don't think they're gonna get back together. Anything else? They're not gonna get back together. At least, I don't know. Who knows?
But the problem, that was one of the really big problems, is you never noticed things. And so
my husband and I are working on that interrupting thing. It happens, you know, it happens. It's not a big deal, but I would say she definitely was speaking for him. And the last video, and she's only now going like, oh, hey, well, how do you feel? She didn't do that in the other video. She didn't.
a year ago is just, it's not when I knew I wanted to leave. It's just when I started to really struggle with, like, why don't you pay attention? Why don't you care?
This is a lie. It was more than a year ago, and I have proof of that. And we're gonna break down. This is gonna be an okay baby month. I was gonna start talking about other people, and I will, but damn, there's just so much stuff in there, and I just want to slap them with the stuff that they pushed out themselves. It's so easy to debunk these people. They're just, I'm dog walking them, you know. To be honest, she didn't want him to speak because he might expose her cheating acts. Yeah, again, they didn't even address it in this video, so. Who knows? I mean, remember when he said in the last video that he wanted to, or that she crossed lines and hurt his feelings? She said she wanted to, like, cut that part out. It didn't get cut out, but it was kept, and she wanted it out, and she wanted people to know that she didn't cheated, but there was red flags in the video all throughout the video that that's what happened, or at least she did something that can be considered cheating by someone, which I don't know if she slept with anybody, but in my eyes, she probably cuddled up with somebody, maybe kissed him or something like that, which is definitely cheating. And there's also emotional cheating too. I'm sorry, if you're together with 7 years, I don't care if you're checked out or not. If you're messing around with somebody else, you are definitely cheating, even if you flirt. 100%. Went downhill when she had a Instagram live fight. Yeah, and I just posted that up, and I actually got the full video. Or I don't know if it's the full video, but I got like a more one, and it's bad. And I know a lot of people say she's acting or gaslighting him. It doesn't make any sense. Saying she purposely put it up. I agree, but to show how Oscar treats her, I'm sorry, you can't say that she's trying to make Oscar look bad. Like, we don't know the context of the fight itself, but it's pretty bad. Oscar, I don't think Oscar is a good dude. Oscar's not a good guy. But from her actions, she seems like a hypocrite. So, what are you going to do? No, we don't know who the someone is yet.
Or just the issues that I had with him. And he also had issues with me. So, that's when I started.
I will say, when they start talking about, the issues between each other, Kyra always has something to say about it. She always says that she did bring issues to the relationship too, and I don't doubt that, but it's always so vague. It's never anything. There's no context to it. But whenever there's problems with Oscar, there's no problem mentioning what he's done. And to be honest, I think it's a lot worse than we think. He has anger issues that's been admitted. She says you can cut things out of the vlog. It's pretty obvious that Oscar is I don't think he physically abuses her. I don't think that at all. But he definitely has mentally and emotionally abused her. 100%. And to be honest, there's no arguing that either. I'm not saying she hasn't done it to him, but let's not pretend that Oscar's a peach at all. He's cheating. Look at his reaction every time she says something. What?
To just feel defeated, but that's not when I decided, oh, I'm done with him, and then I stayed with him for a year. If you guys know me at all, the second I know.
By the way, she says, if you guys know me at all, right?
I'm done. You'll know. I'm done.
You'll know. We don't know, because you're a liar. For the longest time, you've pushed out this idea that you and Oscar were this amazing couple that loved each other. He's your best friend, and then you do him dirty. But then not just that, you also talk about how you guys had this great relationship and a great sex life and all this and all that, and it was all horse doo-doo. It was all a lie. Gaslighter, both of them. But she's the one talking, gaslighting to everyone watching. He's Mexican and still very much alive. My father is a huge narcissist. My partner, her dad's a narcissist too. And by the way, her dad is a lot like Oscar. I see a lot of things relatively the same between Oscar and my wife's father. They're very, very similar, and everyone thought that it was this great dude, but it's just all a lie. And that's what happens. There's a different perception. People need to start understanding what narcissism truly is, and I think a lot of people, even people who follow me, don't fully grasp what narcissism truly is. He's a full-blown narcissistic sociopath. I don't care what anybody says. There's no debating it, because we have seen time and time again the things he says, and then plus he's always overly hype on the vlogs. The signs are there. We can have a dialogue about it, but to be honest, there's not really any arguing it. We have seen his behavior and his words. He likes to also victim blame. I mean, it's just insane, which we'll dive into that later. We're just doing this. She posted today that he will be on the next season of the podcast. It will be her, Hannah, Oscar, and Preston. Yeah, that's super weird. It's super weird. I'm so curious what Karen and Kual think about all this. Well, I think that Karen unfollowed Kyra. I think they might be siding with Oscar, but that's also because Kyra looks bad. And what YouTubers do is they side with each other or they side with someone, or they get away from the person that they're friends with, even though Karen and Kyra haven't been friends in years. But or at least a year or two. But they'll choose Oscar over Kyra because it will save them backlash.
There's not. I don't.
Hey, look, an ad.
I don't linger.
No.
So, the next thing, kind of to go hand in hand with that, is the vasectomy. This is so wild.
Bro, this one, by the way, I watched this part. This part, so pressed about it. She got so pressed about this part. And by the way, I think I said this earlier. This is so debunkable. I'm gonna debunk this in my video that my regular Apoc video. I know I hate ads too. Sorry, we're doing live reaction. You know what it is. But there won't be any in my thing unless I make like a joke out of it. You know, hey look, an ad. I love doing that shit. But anyways, so this whole vasectomy thing, debunkable. I will slap this and debunk it so easily. It's all BS.
So wild. This one actually infuriates me. I never asked Oscar to get a vasectomy. I did not want him to get a vasectomy.
Nope. We can debunk that. She literally did. Again, I'm gonna put it in my video.
I wanted more kids, and I highly encouraged he didn't get the vasectomy. Oscar had to have a vasectomy. He was going to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't really have to. She could have got her tube side. I respect her choice not wanting to get her tube side because maybe she wants to have the kids later down the road. But to be fair, after she had her kid, maybe she was the one that should have got her tube side. I understand that it's a more invasive procedure, but again, she's the one. She can't have any more kids because of the danger from her scar tissue. And again, I'm gonna make a video on it, just slapping these people because it's a cakewalk.
No matter what.
Yes, and this is not...
Has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, that has nothing...
It has everything to do with her. Everything. The whole reason he had to get vasectomy was so he doesn't get you pregnant so you can't have another miscarriage. That was the whole thing. That's the reason why. Any idea of when you'll post the first video? So if you're talking about like or a video of this video, not yet, because I still have to finish the last like 4 or 5 minutes of the announcement because I couldn't put it all in one video. So I'm going to be working on that tonight. That should be pushed out tomorrow. I'm going to bust it. So it should be put out tomorrow. And then right away, I'll start working on this stuff. I got so much to say on this, guys. I'm sorry for the spam, but we're going to have like 10, maybe even a dozen videos coming all together from all this mess because I just have so much to say because these guys have put out this perception for so long. And Kyra called me a hater, bro. So we're gonna be diving deep into this ride, man. Get ready. But this one should be posted, and a video on this is probably gonna be maybe a 2-parter, 3-parter. I don't know, because my computer can only handle so much. So sometimes if they're like 20 minutes long, it becomes 2 to 3 parts just so I can save my computer. My disk space like really sucks and it really messes up my my software. But we'll be we're gonna have some parts on this one, not gonna lie. Thanks, I love your content, dude, and hope you'll pull it all together. I feel gaslit when this, and I'm like, what? I heard the opposite. Yeah, don't worry, I'll get you on gaslit. I'll show you the manipulation. It's coming, and I appreciate the support. Don't forget to like this video, guys. Push this out. Let's get this going. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and let's continue.
Nothing to do with you. This is not your fault at all. Although I did make the decision thinking we were going to be together forever. Not that I want any more kids or that I want other kids with other people right now. I think I made the right choice.
Okay, so to be fair, and this is what I'm talking about. And my first video I ever made on okbaby was called okbaby is not forever. For the longest time I didn't do a video on them, but I finally did. But anyways, it was called okbaby is not forever, and it was based around them driving down to California for like the first time to their house, and they were like having a little back and forth thing about how like one should get their tubes tied or he should get a vasectomy or whatever. Oscar wanted Kyra to get a vasectomy because they can't have any more kids because it's a danger, right? Okay, but here's the thing, is that Oscar didn't want to get it, and he wanted Kyra to get it. I respect her choice not wanting to, because everyone has a right to their body. He says he made the choice. because he had no other choice. Which, if he's consenting, that's perfectly fine. But let's not sit here and pretend that he didn't try to get her to do it, and he thought that she should be doing it because she's going to be on the table. But she didn't want to do it because, why? Because she wanted to have that choice just in case if they didn't work out and she got pregnant from someone else. She literally says that, and I'll show that in the video I make on this. Again, this vasectomy crap is going to be so easily destroyed.
As of right now. And I think forever. I don't know, like, I have 4 kids. Like,
but guess what? If you change your mind,
you can reverse it. Will I?
You can? No, you're lying. Oh, I thought she was there.
Oh my God. Jesus.
Yeah, that one, like, I don't mean to be so, like, what's that word where I'm being a bitch, basically, but that one makes me so angry because I never, like, I'm getting so much, like, backlash for that, and I did not want that.
You kind of did. I mean, again, I can prove it. She literally said that she doesn't want to do it. So if somebody's gonna get it, it has to be him. And maybe you didn't want it, but you definitely were like, well, if one of us is, it's gonna be you. She's definitely a B. I mean, she can be. Why does she want more kids? She can't even keep up with them. That's why she has nannies. I mean, agreed. But to be real, she can't have any more kids because of her scar tissue. Her last baby was a high-risk pregnancy. She could have lost. She had a miscarriage because of her scar tissue, I believe. And then her last baby, her 4th baby, was a high risk because of that, because of her scar tissue, because of her being the C-section mom. So she can't, like, I just don't get why she's not equating that at all. I mean, that's the reason why, like, either one of them had to get she had to get her tube side or he had to get vasectomy to prevent another pregnancy. I mean, to be honest, I don't understand why, like, she doesn't try other things. I just don't get it. Interesting the way the cheating comment didn't come up. Exactly, I pointed out earlier, it didn't bring up at all. So impulsive, she admitted she likes constantly change, and when they don't have it, she gets bored. They did kind of imply that, didn't they? They're just bored and just break up, spice things up. Why she kept having babies to keep things from getting boring and clout and stuff, which is funny because, like, why don't you create better businesses or something like that? Because Baby by Kyra is only going to go so far. They probably skipped over it. Yeah, as Kyra brush, oh god, brush your teeth. People have been saying that about her teeth. She's against other birth control, she said. But she's okay with cheating. So morals, people have weird moral compasses. The 5th baby comment was so messed up, joking or not. Agreed. That's true. Everyone's talking about her cheating, yet Kyra doesn't address it, which is funny because that was probably the most brought up thing aside from, like, the vasectomy part. She doesn't want to say anything because she knows she's guilty. More red flags, Also, she titled the Q&A, but she's clarifying things she doesn't want to hear that are answering questions. See, by the way, if you go to my community tab, that's why I say subscribe and go to like this video and then go to my community tab. I posted up and ask people what questions would they want to ask Kyra that she's not going to answer because she's going to keep she's not going to want to address them. She's going to avoid them like she did the cheating stuff. So if you have questions for Kyra that she won't answer, go to my community post and ask that question, like, what would you ask her right now? And I'll answer it for you, or the reason why she's avoiding it, so we'll break that down and we'll do another video on that. You know what I mean? We're getting it.
I did not want him to have a vasectomy.
True.
And
that's why I did it.
Yes.
You wanted more kids like that.
Yeah, he asked me to get that, and I said, no, I don't want to get, I'm, like, also weird about bodily things. It had nothing to do with having more kids in the future. It was more so just, like, I'm weird about bodies.
It should have been that. It should have been that reason because of C-section mom. Literally why. You had a miscarriage. So it should be about that.
Now, only reason why I asked you is because you were already, like, it was already going to be during your C-section. I didn't want you to go out of your way to get the surgery or whatever, but since I was like, hey, why not? If you're going to be open already, and they just have to quickly do it, why not do it all at once? And when you were like...
No, to be honest, he probably thought that. It's right there, but to be frank, I really think that he literally didn't want to get it. Oh, and by the way, if you hear some screaming, My son's crazy. He's not even 2 years old. He's in the kitchen sitting in his chair, and he just loves to scream and have fun. So if you hear the extra noises, that's what's going on. And I have dogs behind me, so sorry for the extra noise. I think they are two young kids who have no idea how to handle their monetary success or relationship. They are way too quick to ruin their family. Yep. Kyra doesn't want to share her babies. Nope, I agree. I think that's what it was too. I think it's a great point, and it's super gross. Kyra has OCD. Yep. In case she's selfish, if she gets pregnant again, she could probably die and leave those poor kids with it. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know why she's not like equating that at all. Did she forget about her miscarriage? Oops, sorry. This is insane. I would love to hear Corinna's opinion. Yeah, that's what everyone's saying. Watch her upload a video too. What I think about Oscar and Kyra's breakup. It's gonna be clickbait. Watch.
No, and then I need to start thinking of a contraceptive because what we're doing ain't working. It kept giving us more kids.
So yeah.
A condom. It's definitely not 100%. She should have took other steps to do it. She should have done that. Making him get a vasectomy in that time. He may have chose it, but he also said in the time they thought they were going to be forever, which by the way, was only a few months ago. Was like, I think it was roughly like 3 months away from November, which he said that things built up over time, right? So if things built up over time and that's only just a couple months away from the time where you flip the script on Oscar, why would you make him do that thinking that's the reason why? It's extremely selfish of her. So that's the thing, it is her, the reason why he got a vasectomy is because of her. Because why else would he do it?
I didn't want that. So that's very inaccurate, and that one's very frustrating to me because it's just not true at all.
Not the cheating one though. She didn't address that one. How about stop stirring fake information about them? Leave them alone. I don't have any fake information, Anna, whatever your name is. No fake information here. It's literally there. And hey, if you're feeling froggy, just wait for a couple of days and watch me break down the video. I will show you literal proof of what I'm saying right now from their own mouths. So just keep it quiet and watch.
And then kind of with that being said, I made a joke or a comment about having a 5th baby, and people are like, I cannot believe that she would joke about a 5th baby or Oscar hooking up with other people. And I think
at this point it's okay.
I don't think it's okay at all. By the way, like they're checked out or whatever, but normal people, both of them are not normal people. Like sociopath, and she's not normal either. So by the way, like they're making these jokes not even like 2 weeks from being broken up in a 7-year relationship. Obviously they're checked out, but why did they both pretend they weren't checked out? They were lying to their community this entire time.
Because I've come to the acceptance of it, like this relationship is over, so I think those jokes are fine.
Well, that's not the point.
Just because you think the relationship is over, especially if it's a shock, it's not okay. Because you would think that, again, that means that right there is proof that Oscar has been checked out too, or that he's like perfectly okay with this. Because that's the thing, is that if Kyra's making those jokes about sleeping with other people, that should bother him. I mean, literally right after the breakup, he was at strip clubs and she was trying to get him to sleep with other women. Super weird. Why would you be okay with that not even 2 weeks after? It doesn't make any sense. You could be hurt or whatever, but why is she calling him up? Why is she calling him up and trying to get him to sleep with others? It doesn't make any sense. It's not okay either. Not at all.
Point is, or I mean, not to say that's not the point, but what I am trying to like get through is that Oscar and I, again, like I said in the beginning of this video, have a very different type of humor than a lot of people.
Yes.
And we, behind the scenes, since we've kind of come to terms with where a relationship or friendship is, have made these jokes. In fact,
look, I get making jokes, but these type of jokes don't apply like a week or two after a 7-year relationship breakup. That could be like, Jess Fam and Gabe making jokes or whatever, but they've been broken up for years. So it doesn't make any sense to do these jokes right away, like right from the gate. It's just so off-putting. A side comment, but I cannot believe Bob Saget. Oh, someone did just say that. That's crazy. Oh man, that's crazy. Huh. Well, I'll have to read into that. I think it's funny because a week or so ago she posted that this has been the longest she has ever been not pregnant. I just want to know whatever went down with the other guy. That Kyra's business, that was Kyra's business partner. People are speculating that's who it was. I mean, it makes sense. The guy that even dated Oscar's mom for a minute. I definitely think there was more to that situation. I think there's more going on here. They're just not saying it. And they're also, you got to understand that these two are trying to save face. They have a business together. okbaby is their business. And they have Baby by Kyra, but that only goes so far. Like, it's not going to make them an insane amount of money. Maybe it did at first, but all this, like this now, no, it's not gonna make that much money. Especially like they're gonna lose people from this, and okbaby is their main source of income. They can't, if it falls, they're gonna see a huge change in their life, a bit like culture shock, you know, and they don't want that. So this is, to be honest, I think this is just trying to save face. I agree. It's too soon to be making jokes like that. It's not like they're considering the fact that 4 children just had, yeah, exactly. Their family's broken. They should be making those jokes. Their kids don't even know. Even if they do end up best friends and last that way, they're not best friends. It was a lie. He was. Let's see. Okay, let's just continue.
That was like a very minor joke compared to the things that we're saying to each other. So thank goodness those aren't on the internet. I think people would croak and die because they're jokes. Yeah. Like, we're not.
Look at.
Hey, look, texture. Another ad, guys.
Omega repair cream for days, which has ceramide.
Sorry.
I don't know. I guess I don't want to speak for you, but like these are the things that we say to each other. Oscar talks to me about hooking up with guys. Like, we.
Whoa, what?
We're not.
No. Oh, I think you meant me hooking up with guys. I'm like, wait, what? Like, you hooking up with.
Damn, Oscar. Maybe that's why Kyra broke up with you. Yeah, passive aggressive. Yo, on the real, like, they like to throw passive aggressive jokes at each other like that. You know what I mean? I mean, that wasn't one, but like they've done that before. Like, or like not even jokes, jabs. Like in the other one and all the other breakups or fight videos, Oscar always states like, I went through something, or at least I did, insinuating that Kyra, or implying that Kyra never goes through anything. And it's like, bro, you did stuff too. Let's not ignore that. You're not a peach.
I thought you were about to straight up lie right now.
Wouldn't be the first time.
No, like, we are making these jokes together. They're jokes. It's fine. Like, I don't understand.
That's because people have morals and thinking that a 7-year relationship and throwing it away, and then 2 weeks later, it's gross. It's gross. Long-term jokes like that can be so hurtful. Exactly. Well, you're making these. Here's the thing: it's so fresh, guys. They're making these jokes in a time where it's so fresh that their kids don't even know anything. They think they're still together. They think mom and daddy are just fine. So they're making these jokes when their kids have no clue. It's gross.
The next question, which you actually kind of answered this a little while ago, we've had a lot of people say, like, are you guys going to get back together in the future? Or, like, how official is this?
It's official. I don't.
I mean, you can never know what the future brings.
Okay, so when it comes to them getting back together, I don't know. I could see it, but then I cannot see it because they both probably feel empowered and free or whatever, right? But here's the thing, is that they never communicated at all this entire time, even with 4 kids and being together and having everything together. They never communicated. So, and they're already deciding that it's over, but they didn't try counseling. They didn't try therapy. They didn't try for their children. They never talked to each other. They never brought anything up, and it just ended up like this due to toxicity. They did not try. Oscar did not try his best. Kyra did not try her best either. Kyra tried to self-destruct the relationship because she wanted to be confident and love herself again, which is just ridiculous because she apparently does that to someone who she claims is her best friend. I don't see why they would get back together. It's all going to be the same cycle. Agreed. To be honest, living together, it's going to be the same cycle. They feel free right now, but just wait a month or so and it's just going to go pfft. I think Oscar is just going along with what she's saying right now and is super hurt, but doesn't want to look like the rejected one. I agree, but in a way that he doesn't, again, the rejected one, and somebody said like he doesn't want to look like the loser, you know? He doesn't want to look like the guy that got dumped. He doesn't want to look like the bad guy or anything like that, and that's why I have noticed that like he feeds off of what she's saying and agreeing, but that's not what happened in the last video at all. In the last video, he actually really expressed how he felt just by his facial expressions, and he even got mad, so he hasn't fully accepted this no matter what. Nope.
It's like, I don't want to say, like, I think it'd be stupid to say, and this is where things get risky. I do not want to ever lead Oscar on.
Yeah.
This was a very hard thing for both him and I.
Okay. She says that, bro, right? So she says that after feeling a year or so of some kind of way about him, while not communicating to him whatsoever. She literally just acted like everything was okay, apparently, because he didn't pick up on anything until like the very bitter end of this. But he thought everything was okay. In fact, the month that she apparently flipped the script on him was the end of November. But in the beginning of November, she was talking about how she was living in this dream sequence with him, that she's with the love of her life and the best friend, and everything she is saying now does not make sense. I think we are all just super confused about this entire thing. He seems very fake in this video, like he's trying to be happy and goofy to make her get less safe. Yeah, no, I agree. I think this is all damage control, save face, and all that noise.
And to give any hope and then later go through it like a second time almost, if I like changed my mind or you changed your mind, like I'd rather just say what I feel and break it off. And
by the way, Oscar didn't like change his mind. He didn't even know what the hell was going on for the longest time until the bitter end. He didn't have any mind to change. He thought everything was fine. She was the one that was changing her mind. And you did do all that stuff, Kyra. Just insane, man.
And then in the future, if we find each other again in a romantic way, then so be it.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. I don't want to speak for my future self, but as of right now, it's like an official no. I don't.
Again, I do find it extremely weird that they never communicated. I know I keep saying that, but I just need to make it a point that they kept quiet for years apparently and didn't say anything. She kept quiet for an entire year. I think it's been longer than that. But if he changed his mind on being together with her, but she's acting like it was a mutual thing, but she broke up with him and he was shocked. So that's what we're talking about here. But anyways, they never communicated. And when it comes to this bitter end of breaking up a 7-year relationship with everything, a business, a couple businesses, YouTube and kids and a home and an entire whole ass life, there's literally no conversation to be had. In fact, like I said, with the announcement video, they act as if they sat down for the first time and talked about it because he didn't know how she felt. So it's like, what the hell's going on here? Read this comments. Honestly, it should be called responding to Apoc's video. Yeah, right. They won't do that. I mean, she'll just call me a hater, but I've been right about everything. Nobody breaks a 7-year relationship and forgets just focus on themselves. Yeah, exactly. She does this whole thing about like, oh, I need to find myself again, self-love and blah. You can still do that in a relationship. You can still be independent and find yourself and go have hobbies. That's what Oscar likes to do, right? Why can't she do those things? She has to find herself on her own and break it up. That's not what she implied in the other video. From the other video, there were signs and red flags that she cheated. She found somebody else. It was plain as day. Which I will address that in the video should be out tomorrow. Like, not this one, but the one where she cheated. That end of the video, because I never got to put it out.
Don't want to.
Yeah. Okay, I also saw this comment a lot. And this is like, I mean, I totally understand. And I've heard this saying a million times. But a lot of people are like, this is coming from an older viewer. Or, you know, like, I did what you did. And, like, the grass isn't always greener. That's what a lot of people said. And
So she's about to go into, I remember her saying this whole ass rant here, but it makes no sense at all because I just uploaded a clip of her saying that she gets treated like dirt by Oscar, that she's like so distraught that that she thinks he's out to hurt her and all this and all that. So whatever she says here just makes no sense.
I fully agree with you. I think that every relationship that I will ever be in will have its issues. And Oscar was for sure one of the best people that like forever I will think that. Like we didn't lack that largely to where I was like in an abusive relationship or anything like that. Like
I completely disagree with that, because she's also somebody that says she won't like address drama or ever admit it, that she'll deny it. So if they're trying to save face there, which they are, and have damage control, they're not going to say anything because it will ruin their image and it will ruin their money. That is their goal, is to make sure with this breakup that they do not ruin their name, because if they ruin their name, they will ruin their lives.
I think what people maybe are getting confused, I don't think that I'm gonna find better. I'm not going out of this relationship looking for a different relationship. I'm not going.
Did she just say that, bro? Did she just really say she's not going out looking for a different relationship? Yes, she was comforting another man, another guy. And Oscar says not full-blown cheating, which means she did something with another guy. She was seeking out other attention from another dude. So what is she talking about? She literally did those things. And she doesn't address the cheating thing, which means she doesn't want people to know what she did. She even says in the other video she wanted the part cut out where he says that she crossed lines. It just doesn't make any sense. Again, this whole video is just BS.
Out of this relationship looking for things that were lacking. I'm going out of this relationship to learn how to love and find myself. And so I think that difference needs to be extremely clear. I
just don't get how you can't do that together. Like, you can ask for more independence, you know? You can ask to find and love yourself, like, again, through other means. And I just don't understand, like, how you can't do that in a relationship. Because, by the way, I mean, definitely it's obvious in any relationship that if you don't have a partner that lifts you up and they only bring you down on both ends, then you're not meant for each other. And if you need to find a way to love yourself and your partner doesn't bring you up and make you feel confident or anything like that, you are with the wrong person. And it took you 7 years to realize that after building this entire whole ass life. And then in your announcement video, you're just laughing about it. Where'd those jokes go, Kyra? Where's that smirk? I thought it was easy. Cakewalk.
am trying to find who I am because I have lost that. I have never really had that. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not worried about like finding somebody else.
No, I get it. Yeah.
But
you know,
even though she like did, or it's implied that she did, especially because they say they are going to live together. So what's changing besides intimacy? Exactly. I mean, that he's spending time in another bed downstairs and they're not having sex, even though they didn't really do that anyways because they admit that. Oscar has his hobbies. I'm not sure why she thinks that she couldn't. I thought Baby Back Hair was her pride and joy hobby. I am lost. Exactly. Doesn't make any sense. Even her family thinks she's nuts. They're both nuts. Why is everyone so mad about this? Look, bro, I'm not even mad. I'm just making a video on it. So their relationship, this whole thing doesn't affect me at all. I'm just doing commentary.
It's funny. Sorry to interrupt. It's funny though. I wonder that I just thought of it as you were speaking. Same thing. It's not that I didn't really. I still don't know who I was outside of this little bubble that we've created.
Okay. By the way, the little bubble that you created. What do you mean by that? Your family, your life, your home, your children, like your career. You guys have built this entire life that people would dream of. In fact, Kyra and you have both stated this life, this bubble you have built, has been your dream since high school, or a little girl or a little boy or whatever. You guys have said this, yet now you're saying that this bubble is a burden. Doesn't make any sense. And then, by the way, he's feeding off of what she's saying, but in the last video, he wasn't saying any of that. So another contradiction, another inconsistency. Let's see. That is BS, claiming she needs to learn to love herself while not changing anything in their situation won't help. She's dealing with the natural aspect of motherhood and postpartum. Well, yeah, exactly. And by the way, she stated before, because of who Oscar is, his help built her up. But here she is saying that's not what happened. Another inconsistency, another contradiction. Let's go.
So I'm wondering if because of that, I had maybe like a lack of self-confidence, maybe because I was a little bit of a grumpier human this last year. And so I wonder if that kind of helped like push you away too, in a way.
What he's trying to say is here, like he did in the last video, that the reason why he didn't like help Kyra with her mental health issues or whatever was because he was going through his own stuff. So what he's saying here is like basically the same thing, but he was able to talk to Hannah, no issue, and comfort her, which I don't know the context of that. But what I will say is if he's giving attention to somebody who's not basically his wife, and she's not giving any attention to who his wife is supposed to be during her times, it is wrong, and it is highly neglectful, because understand, if she's going through mental depression and her husband is not present, or basically her husband is not present, which she claims that he was, but then in the other video she wasn't. So it's this video, bro. Oh my God.
Like maybe you realized it and I wasn't even realizing how like negative I was being as a person. I don't know. That's a lot to open up right now, I guess.
Okay, so what he's saying is all the stuff he went through, blah, 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 is the reason why he did the things he did. No, Oscar is just a narcissistic sociopath, and that's the reason why. I don't think he's a good person. I think he's really shitty. I believe Kyra has shitty tendencies as well, but he did all this stuff because that's who he is. That's who he is. He's the fakest person I've ever seen on this platform, even faker than Qua from KK and Baby J. He is super fake, and he's making an excuse as to why he did what he did. And they're not being fully transparent here. He really has done some messed up stuff. They're not going to admit to it, because I'm telling you, if you guys found out what they did, I don't know what they did, but I know narcissists, I know sociopaths, I know behaviors and actions because I've dealt with it for so long. I'm almost 33 years old, people. I've seen things and been around enough people and enough of these narcissists to understand them fully. I've like studied them, but that's what I do. I study and I observe things. That's like the whole basis of my channel. I do that in real life. I'm not these two. I don't fake things. Who I am on here is real. This is what I do in real life. I'll do things in my relationship and analyze them. That's how logical I am. But anyways, like I said, he's just making excuses. Qua has nothing to do with this. I know Qua has nothing to do with this. I'm just making a point that Qua's fake, but he is faker than Qua. That's it. Ain't nothing about it. No, I disagree. I think they're just both really young and they didn't live out their youth, but I don't know. See, here's the thing though, is that they also are living a life that most people would like wish for. They have a home, they have a family, they can do whatever they want. They vlog their life for a career. Baby by Kyra is just a hobby. It barely makes money, guaranteed. Probably made more when it came out, but now it's probably just like a little side hustle. But this is where they get their money from. They live a life that a lot of people wish they did. They can do whatever they want. They don't have to answer to anybody. They're their own bosses. They go on vacations. They go on all these vacations during 2020 while people are losing their homes and jobs. And they can complain. People have said, oh, they just didn't get love in their 20s. Bro, I'm telling you right now, if I didn't get love in my 20s either, and I didn't have their money. I didn't get to live out my 20s because I lived in poverty. I lived in poverty most of my life. And I'm only just getting out of it because of my own hard work and dedication and stuff. This right here is also just a side hobby, by the way. I have a whole business. I'm starting another business this year. But if I was 20 years old and I was able to do what they did, not exploit my children, but if I had the money they did and be able to be as free as they are, I wouldn't be complaining about not being able to live my 20s, let me tell you.
But
well, I think that like honestly, so much of the world struggles with that. Like, who are you? What are your wants? What are your boundaries for yourself?
Yeah.
Like, what do you feel talented doing? What makes you feel sexiest? Like all these things, and
you can apply all those things within a relationship. Just saying.
It's hard. It's hard to figure out like in any situation. But I think for me it was way harder too because I'm extremely comfortable. So I'm like, what is my problem? What is my issue? What was my deal?
Being completely financially free, living the dream life, yet it's a too comfortable situation. So basically you're saying is like, yeah, man, let's break up to spice things up. That's literally like, that's what I'm getting here. Are you guys getting that too? Something is adding up. I'm waiting on another video to drop with evidence. Yeah, agreed. Also, if you look back 5 months ago on their videos, they bought an RV to travel around with their kids, and now they're broken up. Yeah, it's so weird because why would Kyra was feeling some kind of way? Why would you make those huge life-changing purchases if you're not even thinking about being with that person forever? It doesn't make any sense. She apparently has a huge Baby by Kyra announcement she's going to film a video on, according to the live on January. Oh yeah, I still gotta watch that live actually. Somebody sent me that. I don't know, but I need to watch that. Watch it dissolve like kick-ass, bro. That'd be hilarious.
So anyhow, maybe that's something that we didn't realize was happening.
I think that a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people go through that, and I'm just choosing myself. And I am so sorry that affects Oscar the way it does.
Oh God, here we go. The other video, just the other day, she was laughing and now she's crying. Crocodile tears. She doesn't feel bad. In the very beginning of the video, she was singing songs, clapping, cracking jokes, and now she's crying? Bro, come on. Come on.
That I'm crying. But also, like, I'm not going to apologize for wanting to learn to love me.
You can still do that on your own, though. You can still be independent. That's the thing is, if you actually sat down and talked, bro, she only feels bad for herself. I agree, fake tears. I mean, they're real tears, but they're real tears for selfishness. She feels bad for the backlash and whatever, right? But if you felt like you needed more independence and a way to find yourself, you didn't need to break up. And by the way, she didn't mention any of this in the other video. Well, from what it sounded like in the other video, she cheated on Oscar and then broke up with him for it. I don't know. I mean, she said the little things built up over time. She realized she didn't want to be with him anymore. But now she's saying that's not the case. And now she's saying that it's because she needed to find herself. What? How does that make any sense? Well, if you want chips, you got to help me get the 5K. So comment on the video directly after this is done. Like the video, share the videos so I can get the 5K subs. By the way, I'm going to announce it right now. If you're new here and you don't know, I'm doing like, I'm sending, my family has like a chip company, right? Juanita's Chips. There it is. And they're the best tortilla chips ever. And that's not even like ego or anything like that. You have them, you'll understand. But anyways, 5K subs. I'm giving out 10 bags of chips. And I know they're just chips, but they're free chips. I mean, come on, and they're the best chips ever. So you can't really complain about free chips that are the best. But if you guys get me to 5K, I'm picking 10 people to send a free bag to. And I'll contact you and we'll figure it out. There's 4 different flavors, all this, and you can choose whatever. And we'll get you guys some bomb ass chips. So go ahead. Yeah, there's no flaming hot chips, but there's definitely like a jalapeno. You know what I mean? If you like spicy and chili flavor, it's really good. My favorite is the sweet chili. But anyways, 5K subs. Sub if you're new, and you'll get a bag of chips. Maybe we'll see. I don't know. I'm gonna do it. We'll just you may get picked. Is what I'm trying to say.
You know.
Not that I'm saying we should.
Are you laughing when I'm crying?
A little bit, but not at you. I'm just.
Bro. She was laughing the whole last other video while he was upset. Now. We're continuing.
This is kind of a weird thing to bring up right now. Not that I'm saying I want to get back together or anything, but why'd you feel the need to end it so you could go through this instead of figuring it out together?
See, right there is a bomb-ass question, and I think that we're all asking. Why did you think that breaking up was the best course of action instead of sitting down and communicating and trying to figure things out instead of breaking up? I'll give props to Oscar for that. Don't like the guy. But, great question. That's a great question. I'm actually kind of surprised he even asked it.
One of my biggest things is like being alone. And I think that's truly when you do find yourself is when you're put in these like critical life situations. And I feel like you said, I've been so comfortable with.
Oh, so because she's comfortable and she wants to spice things up and she's bored, she wants to, throw in a little breakup here and there so she can like face one of her fears? What?
You that I'm not like I don't know.
So you're looking to make music? Well, Soundtrap is the perfect tool for you. Today I'm going to show you how to tune your vocals using.
Come on, there we go.
Anything outside of that, and I don't feel like I've like plateaued. Like I can't grow
same.
anymore as a person, unless I leave this relationship.
See, that's so weird to me because like say like they didn't have any kids, I could see this, but like you can still be together and grow as a person, especially like, hey, I need a little more independence, I need to go do other things, blah blah blah, and that's okay. But understand, you have 4 children, and when you have 4 children, your independence goes out the window. I would say especially if you're a mom, but especially in their case because they're both stay-at-home parents. So when you have children, you give up your privacy, you give up time off, you give up your independence. You now have a responsibility, and it's your fault. You can't just like, it's crazy because they're like kind of doing this thing where they had a bunch of babies based from clout and starting a YouTube channel and getting their fortune, and then after they can't have any more babies, they're like, well, at least Kyra's like, I want to be more independent now. I can't grow anymore as a person with my children and you. Like how does that make any sense at all? It doesn't. It just, when you're in this situation, when you're with someone, they're supposed to uplift you. Oscar should have made her a better person. Look, me and my partner, all of the hardships that we went through made us stronger, made us closer, and made us better individually as well. We went through a lot of stuff. When our son died, we have a dead son. He died at 30 weeks as a stillborn. When he died, it made us stronger people together and independently. And in different ways. We both had different perspectives. She went through it her way and I went through it my way, but we were there for each other, and it made us stronger all around, individually and as a couple. So here she's saying that doesn't happen with her. Like, what the hell? Who cares? What are you doing? So obsessed. Yeah, so obsessed with money. Do you think I really care about their relationship? Like, I don't. It's so funny to me that people do this thing where it's like, oh, you're so obsessed with these people and their life and blah. What about the people that watch them? There's people who watch them unironically. I don't watch them at all, and I put out. I don't put out just random vlogs that they do. I do all the drama stuff because that's my channel. I don't care about their relationship. I don't care about them. I'm covering this because my channel is to cover drama. And what do? I get paid for it. That's why I'm here. I'm also here to bring awareness to child exploitation and, taking advantage of audiences and manipulation and lies and all that. That's why I'm here, to help awaken people. But I also get paid for it. So I am obsessed, but I'm obsessed with that and money, but not actually the people. I don't understand why people don't get that. It's not a hard concept. They realize they understand that like this is their job, but they don't realize this is my job. I love to hear your wife talk about her thoughts on all this. We do plan to do that. That is coming. Don't worry, because we're obsessed.
Essentially. Plus, like I said, I do think our relationship has really started to lack in the last year or so. Yeah. So, yeah. Did you?
By the way, their relationship has started to lack because they don't talk to each other, because they don't communicate. If they didn't, or if they did communicate, the relationship wouldn't lack. Oscar says he saw it coming, but then he says he doesn't see it coming. Kyra said there was problems in the relationship over like a year ago. It was more, but over a year ago, she claims, but never said anything until the bitter end. Your relationship lacked because you guys are just ignorant and naive and don't know how to communicate. And then they have the audacity, to hop online and give relationship advice. Bro.
A lot of people want to know, did you...
You guys really need to leave them alone, though. It's a line you judge people. For one, he treated her like crap. For two, she treated him like crap and cheated on him. So why not judge them? I know I have morals, so I'm here. It's okay. It's funny though, you're on here judging me on my live and watching all this. You don't have to be here, but you're on here judging me for what I'm doing. So why don't you leave me alone? Also, I've already been subscribed to you for a while ago. I hope I win a bag of free chips. Thank you for shining a light on some of these vloggers and showing my feelings are valid with watching some of them. Yeah, no problem. And again, again, I'm going to pick people. I might do more people. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, this month's already going good for me, and maybe I'll step up and do 15 people. I do feel like I want to still randomly select, but also give some bags of chips to people who have been here for a while. So who knows? We'll see. We'll see who gets it. It's fine. Just this guy's getting mad. Yep, I am, because it's silly. Let's see. Yep, who cares? Like, it's not your life. No, it's not. I already told you I don't care if it's my life, man. I told you I don't care. Money, like money. Jesus.
At any point, no, I was gonna leave.
Yeah. Well, no. Okay. Progressively as it went on, I came more to terms with it, and that's why when you told me, I was able to get over it like within what, a week, 2 weeks, because
man, 7-year relationship down the drain, less than 2 weeks, just over it, bro. Just because they didn't communicate and he knew it was coming, so he was just over a 7-year relationship. You know, life, business, home, family, and all that noise. Over it in 2 weeks, bro. Easy, cakewalk.
I already saw it coming. I already did know, like, oh yeah, this is happening.
On that note, too, people think that like
Kyra told Oscar we are done, and Oscar went on a vacation. So get this. Kyra told Oscar on a vacation when she said she didn't want to do that because she didn't want to ruin it, but she told him, and they broke up. And then he went off for a couple of days later or whatever to Florida to go visit, you know, Karen and Qua, Tweedledee and Tweedledum, I like to call them, the human punching bags. And then go there for over half a week to like go to strip clubs and party or whatever. And then she was calling him to like give him like, you know, relationship advice or like advice to sleep with girls. Like what is the point of breaking up when you still live together? Exactly. Like you would think that if you're living together, you would still try to make it work, but they are not doing that, bro. Not at all. Keep sharing money and continuous, just no private time. Yep. I'm so distraught from a relationship that ended in September, like 2 weeks. You're lying to yourself. Exactly. He got mad in the other video, so what's up? You, them are as bad as each other. Yeah, they're you're right. They are as bad as each other. You got it.
it's so messed up that I told you on a family vacation. This is the twisted part of the internet. People don't want me to hold it back from him because then I'm lying to him, which like I had only.
You said you wouldn't like do that, break up with him on vacation, and then you did that. So that's what people were saying, and it's a little messed up that you would say that and then do it. Like, come on.
Known you guys. Once I made the actual choice in my head, like, okay, I'm gonna walk away from this. There was not even a week between that and when I told him. And the only reason I told him when I did, because I wanted to wait until we were back home and in January. The only reason I told him back in December is because he brought it up and asked me in the room at night, and I could not lie anymore.
We were talking about like how things were going to be when we got back, like new boundaries we should make, or we're going to work on it, and then that slowly the conversation led to that. And honestly,
like, what was I supposed to do? Come up with some fake plan with you? No, and then
what do you mean fake plan? You guys never have communicated before, and I'll give props to Oscar. He finally asked her, like, hey, what are we going to do to fix this? Like, is this going to be better when we get back, or like, what's up though? And she didn't want to. She's like, she was checked out, and that's whatever. But like, they've never communicated before, and here's a chance for them to communicate and try to make things better, but then they don't do it. And she's just like, nah. You are, baby, you're a gossip lover online who makes money on other people's business. You're not any better. I am better because I don't publish relationship advice when I don't have any credibility to give. And on top of that, yeah, I do make money on drama and gossip. It's not like it's literally here. They posted it online. You know that, right? If you commented on their video, I don't know if you did, but if you had any engagement in it, you know you did the same thing. Yours is just probably like, oh, I still love you guys or whatever. But mine's just giving them valid and real harsh criticisms because no one ever gives it to them, and I'm not gonna kiss their ass. Did she know the cuddling with another man before the vacation? I don't know the timeline when she cuddled. So that's what I'm saying is like, I thought we were going to get more out of this, but it seems like we're just getting drivel. Who is this other girl? I don't know. Please stop reading Michelle's comments. They're making me lose brain cells trying to read it. All right, Michelle, how about this? Next time I see her pop up, I'm going to put her in timeout. or block her or whatever.
And I think it helped me out. Maybe I could see why people think like, oh, that's messed up. And I honestly, beforehand, I might have said, don't tell me on a family vacation or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But now that it did happen on a family vacation, it was a blessing in disguise because I got to talk to my family about it while I was there. I got to talk to.
I mean, I will say that's probably a little bit better that like he had other people to like vent to. So that's pretty cool, I would say. But it's still like funny that she said that she wouldn't do it and then literally did it.
Support, yeah.
So much support. Yeah. And it made it way easier, I think, at least. Not sure, but yeah, it made it easier, I think.
Yeah. What is, speaking of family members, what's the like family dynamic
right now?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, with like your mom, how does your mom feel? How does my dad feel?
Well,
yeah, I don't care about this.
They've gone through things like this before.
Yeah.
I don't care about this part.
Very recently. Like your mom has called my dad.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Talked to my dad a lot. Actually, more than me. You've talked to my dad. And my dad has only gotten frustrated.
You should try to interview Oscar or Kyla. I would doubt Kyra would talk. I don't think anyone would talk. I don't think Oscar would talk. I don't think so. I mean, I can send him a message, but we'll see.
Because he like watched our video, sees the comments, and sees how inaccurate a lot of them are. And obviously, when you're a parent, you want to defend.
Oh, she's talking about her dad. So she's talking about her dad, how like he sees comments that people are saying how inaccurate they are. This is the same girl who pushed out relationship advice, and that the perception that her relationship was like perfect, and she's with her best friend, and she's with the love of her life or whatever. Yeah, it was a complete it was false. It was a lie. So, like, what she's saying here is nothing. Means nothing.
And your child. And I think that's what he gets mad about. He doesn't get mad at you.
Same.
You know what I mean? Character. Like, I'm not... Yes, there's things that if you would have done differently in the relationship, I might have not made the choice when I did.
Mm-hmm.
So, literally, what she just said that he didn't have... We'll backtrack. This ad's about... We'll backtrack.
Hi, everyone. This is Grace, and today I have some very exciting news to share with you all.
Sorry.
But...
Let's get back a little bit.
Parent, you want to defend your child.
No, yeah, exactly. He gets frustrated about the situation.
Yeah. Right. Another thing that I want to clarify, that I feel like I need to clarify this a million times. My choice is not based on Oscar's character. Like, I'm not... Yes, there's things that if you would have done differently in the relationship, I might have not made the choice when I did.
So, literally, what she's saying is based upon Oscar's actions and behavior, which correlates with his character of who he is. So... Contradiction.
Mm-hmm. But I don't think he's not a good dad. I don't think he's not a good partner. I don't think that you're not a good person.
If she didn't think that, why would she break up with him? She thinks so highly of Oscar. Why would she break it off with him, but not like try to become more independent or find herself or love herself or whatever she wants to do while being with him? But she breaks up with him and she has to do that. She has to break up with this amazing guy in order to find herself and to love herself. Doesn't make any sense. Because if he was actually what she portrays him to be, she wouldn't be saying this right now.
Yes, do I think that you have some really bad traits that are relationship ending? Obviously.
Again, correlates with his character.
But I don't think that you're not an amazing person.
Same. And
yet you broke up with him because you needed to find yourself. Okay.
Especially, like, I know I was frustrated with you this last month because I feel like you had this, like, resentment and whatever, and we were, like, distancing ourselves apart. But you actually went about this pretty well, pretty respectfully. And
yeah, pretty respectfully, guys. Pretty respectfully. She only was trying to self-destruct the relationship and trying to ruin the 7-year relationship because she wanted to self-love herself or whatever. She wanted to find confidence and have some self-esteem. So she wanted to get him to break up with her by being a real B-word or a real see you next Tuesday, to her best friend, the guy she thinks is amazing and everything. This video is insane. Oh my God, I just noticed I wasn't following you, but I've been watching you. You better hit that follow button right now then. Hit that. We here. This part of the video was so cringy. I know. I'm cringing hard right now. By the way, if you hear any snoring, I have 2 dogs behind me. And one of them's like 110 pounds. So, big bear.
And just you as a person too. Like, I think you're great as well. Yeah, just throwing that out there. I guess
he says, I think you're great as well. Yet he always says that she does stuff to him. So bro, come on. Yep, you can find yourself while being with your significant other, sometimes depending on the circumstances. Right. Well, look, if she was a crappy person and she couldn't find herself or love herself because of him, which is definitely the case, that's what I believe, then I could understand her breaking up with him. But that's not what she gives the perception online. She also lied about her relationship, and now she's lying again. It's just, bro, the contradictions are insanity, bro. I cannot wait to do a full-blown video on this because we're going to be hitting it harder than we're doing right now.
You were telling me, I'm just like, hey, wait, saying, like, I do appreciate you and everything you've done and everything you're continuing to do. Yeah. You're awesome. That feels so weird to say on camera. But you are awesome.
It's weird to get, see, look, so weird to say on camera just to say that she's awesome. It's a compliment. That's all it is. Saying she's awesome and she's a good person. It's hard for him just to say a compliment. Understand that. Let's put that. Let's apply this to the situation. That's all I'm saying.
A therapy session.
Yeah, really.
I just want people to know that. Like, I do love Oscar. I'm not in love with Oscar.
Same.
I'm not looking to be in love either. Grass is not greener.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just not in love, and I don't want to lie to him. I don't want to be with him. And
it's funny though, because she says she broke up with him because she needs to find herself. But she was in love with him. So what does that have to do with breaking up or like being in love? Like her breaking up with him because she needs to find herself. What does that have to do with, she was in love with him for the longest time. It's just, this thing is so confusing. I don't understand.
like, you know, just
same
lead it on basically.
After, I think it kind of sounds weird because
DCP is covering okbaby, but doesn't even know much about them. Oh yeah, no, see, here's the thing about DCP, by the way, and I don't know if there's any cronies in here, but DCP doesn't know anything about these people. I have actual credibility because I've actually covered them. I actually know about them. I've covered so much about their toxic relationship, and he's just hopping on the bandwagon to get clout. And this is also the same guy who says, I don't want to lump myself into one category, but then literally just like spam 3 videos. I don't care, but when you say you want to branch out and then you don't branch out and then you hop on something stupid and you'll probably claim it as child exploitation, then you're just a goon.
I was fighting so hard for the relationship, but after everything that happened, I could be like, you know what, same. Like, I don't think I'm in love with you anymore, but I do love you as a person.
Again, Oster was shocked, thought everything was okay. What he's saying here, he's just feeding off of what she says because he wants to act like he was kind of like in on it, but he really wasn't. He's just trying to act like, because this is like rejection to him, the narcissist can't handle it, so he's trying to act like he was like in on it, even though he was shocked.
Yeah. That was a funny thing. We still say I love you on the phone or like call each other nicknames, and then we're like, oh don't do that. But it's like out of 7 years of doing that.
No, man, but you know, hey man, you're already over it. Who cares, right? 7 years of doing that, but 7 years of relationship and you drop them without no communication. Okay.
Okay, those are like it for my main notes, but the other thing that was asked a lot is like the kids, obviously. Have we told the kids? What have we told the kids? How are they reacting?
We haven't kind of told the kids anything. They're kind of just, there was a little bit of a time where like you were really distant, you were in the room and stuff a lot. I saw Levi struggling with it, but at the same time when I left to Florida, like he was apparently sad while I was gone too.
He struggled, yeah.
Okay, this is so weird. Why didn't you tell your kids? So you're living together, he's living in another room, and you don't tell your children. How toxic that's going to be because they think everything's fine. And what if they see this video one day? It's just so selfish of both of them to do this. I only watched a couple of DCP videos a couple of times, but he didn't do research on them. He doesn't do any research. All he does is watch his videos and says, ew, stupid, or it's like, she's dumb. DCP is a clown and a hateful, petty little B word. I don't like him, if you got that, by the way.
I mean, he's 6, so he's like, sees that all of a sudden mom's not really around for a minute, now dad's not really around for a minute. And like, I think that aspect.
Yeah, I agree, they're too young to understand, but it's also pretty toxic. Eventually, they're gonna have to understand, though. Eventually, they're gonna get wise, and it's bad to make your kids believe that everything's fine. And I know it's hard, but it's toxic to make your kids think that everything's fine when it's not. They're gonna notice a difference one day, especially Levi.
Yeah,
it did affect him. Not really
Very
the
soon,
other
too.
kids, though.
None of the other kids at all. And I don't know. I don't really, like, I don't know if I should sit him down and explain.
DCP, I love clowning on DCP, so I see these comments, I'm on it. DCP crowdsources his info, meaning anyone can tell him anything and he'll believe it. Exactly. Or he'll be like, oh, they'll cover, you know, people send me stuff all the time. You know, people sent me this video when it was up. So I know Oscar's ego. Yeah, exactly. But anyways, DCP just will grab a video, anything he can get his little sausage fingers on, and then just go at it and say the stupidest things. He's a clown.
Planning like, hey, you know what? Mom and Dad aren't together, but we're still gonna be hanging out together here at the house. Okay, it might just be more me time and then more her time with you guys. I don't know if, like, do I even bring it up?
Kind of weird though, they're living together but can't co-parent together. He just said they'll spend time alone with their children, but they can't do it together, but they're living together. I think that's what he just said.
And just kind of just keep going, because right now
things are so normal from their point of view. Like, we're
at least we think, we don't, but we think
based on their reactions, other than when we were gone, because now that we're both back and stuff, like, Levi seems to be okay.
Better, right?
Yeah, and so like,
yes, like DCP thought they lived in California, but no. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. He didn't even, I remember I watched one of his videos on them and he didn't even know their names. He was just covering like the subject. At least when I cover people, even if you think DCP's better than me, at least when I cover people, I know their names and I know the situation. I'm not just trying to make money. I mean, that's the goal, but at least I know what I'm talking about. DCP makes videos on anything he thinks he will get clout from. No idea who the people are in these videos, just snarky crap about them. Yep.
we're still eating together, cooking together, hanging out together. We're still, literally to them, we're still doing all the same things. Really, the only thing that's changed is we're not intimate.
Oh, sorry for the loud noises. Someone just pulled it. But anyways, so you're doing all these things together, eating and whatever, aside from sleeping together, but you can't co-parent together because that's just weird, though, you know? They need to stop living together. Agreed. It's only going to make it harder on the kids, thinking everything fine when yeah, exactly, they're gonna find out eventually, and very, very soon. It's not gonna be like 2 years from now or when they're older. It's gonna happen this year, probably this month or so. Like, they're gonna find out, so they need to just do it already. And oh, sorry, my dogs are gonna start barking because somebody pulled up, but we're gonna do this. You hear some dogs barking though, don't mind it.
Yeah, we're not in the same room and we're not in
the same room. Yeah, Oscar is not sleeping in the same room as me. So, and you did say that. You did tell them, like, oh, that's mommy's room now and this is daddy's room.
Mm-hmm. And that was my choice too, by the way. Like, I didn't get kicked out. She asked me, like, hey, so what are we doing with the, like, what's gonna happen sleeping arrangement wise? And I told her, oh, I want to.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that either.
Go downstairs.
Well, I don't know. We're still like figuring these things out, but as of right now.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying though. They're figuring it all out before ever actually talking to each other. They just like go step by step. They're like, oh, they're going day by day, man. They never sat down and go like, how are we going to do this? How are we going to figure these things out? They're not sitting down and crunching this. They're doing this video instead. What they should be doing is going offline and like talking to each other about the like logistics, because this is just ridiculous.
I think the kids are okay. And until they start to ask questions, there's no need for us to say anything, especially considering there's not really a change from their point of view. If we started changing dynamics and things started changing or whatever, then maybe it might be necessary to do that.
Yeah.
But other than that, no. And then, other than the kids, I feel like I've said many times, doing good. I think we're in a good place.
You're not in a good place. You haven't told your kids. You're going day by day. You don't even know what the logistics are yet. You're barely like you're not. You can't. Oscar said you guys aren't even co-parenting together.
I think emotions will come and go. I think certain triggers will maybe bring that up. I don't know. I just don't want to be dumb. I'm sure things like that happen.
Triggers. Yeah, she was laughing and making jokes and all trying to get him to sleep with other women. But yeah, guys, some random trigger is gonna get her and bring up emotions. She's clocked out.
It's not like I've had a separation with somebody before, like this at least.
Mm-hmm. I hope not. I hope it's all uphill from here, and I hope we both grow and get better, because we have been pretty stagnant the last couple of years.
See, this is what I'm talking about, is Oscar doesn't even know what he's talking about. He says they've been pretty stagnant. Like, as in, like, they haven't grown. They haven't, like, flourished with each other. But, they're, like, she's taught, like, what she's saying is, as a person, like, he's just, like, it's different what he's trying to, like, perceive. He doesn't even know what he's talking about. They're stagnant, comfortable with what? 4 kids, a home and a family and businesses and easy life. But what you need more? What, jumping out of airplanes? Because that's the only thing I can think of. Kyra's talking about being confident. He's talking about being stagnant in like a life, you know? Again, by the way, my dogs are gonna start barking, so they'll shut up in a minute.
And this has motivated me to like push myself again and be creative and all that.
Especially in creativity, like already I feel like I just see that spark, you know?
I'm just kind of curious if he's gonna bring up a new channel. I know some of us earlier they haven't seen his channel or whatever, but like he deleted his channel after I made a video on it because he didn't post on it for like roughly 3 years, I think, but he deleted it or at least deactivated it. So I'm just kind of curious if he's gonna be more independent and make his own thing, and I'm wondering how well that will do. I can't imagine it will do well because people watch them for the loving family perception facade that they pushed out, and now that that's gone and there's like a hole in it, I don't know how this is gonna go.
Yeah. No, yeah. Oh, do you have the spark, or you see the spark?
I see the spark in you.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I see that
yeah.
you, like, I expressed this to Oscar, but
The spark is freedom.
sorry, camera died, or I don't know what.
It turns off after 30 minutes.
I genuinely feel like you seem happier and you seem more inspired, and
But also,
Freedom.
might just be like I said, I haven't really found myself, and
Okay, so again, Oscar thought everything was okay. He didn't think anything was wrong. He barely picked up on anything. He said he was shocked. What he's doing again here is the narcissist wants to try to feed off the same thing she's saying because he wants to be like, oh yeah, I felt the same too. That's exactly what he's doing. He wasn't like this in the other video. He was showing that he was hurt. This right here is Oscar trying to save his own face from acting like he's pressed, but he's really pressed about it because he doesn't want to be the rejected one, like Lady P said earlier.
yeah, I need to just go through
you
that.
can't love someone fully until you learn to love yourself. I believe that, and I have very little love for myself.
Again, like I just don't understand how you said you were in love with Oscar, but then you're not in love with yourself. Like you can still love yourself or find love for yourself and independence while being in a relationship. It doesn't make any sense, and still is contradicted to what she said in the other video.
And so am I supposed to love somebody else?
Learn Spanish with Real Spanish TV.
That's what you say you did. Hold on, let's skip this ad. 2 seconds.
Click on word.
Which is crazy because we've done a lot, dude. We have a lot to be proud of. We're just like sad about what, you know?
Well,
Sad about a 7-year relationship. Like that's the thing you go, we have a lot. They have not thought about any of this. Literally, like what's gonna happen when Oscar moves out? This isn't going to be a permanent thing. What if Kyra finds somebody and the guy doesn't like that Oscar's still living there? What if Oscar finds somebody and they don't like that, you know, Kyra may fail somebody too, but they don't like that Kyra's there. They don't take these variables in. And it's going to get toxic and it's gonna get bad. And it's gonna get bad for the children too. Yeah, it better motivate him to go get his own income because this is gonna hurt his pocket. It's gonna hurt both their pockets. They'll still make money online, but not like they did. This is gonna hurt their image.
I don't think you're not allowed to be sad just because you have good things. I think that
Yeah. No, I'm in the same boat with you. Like, I've been sad many times. Like,
Well, I also agree that she probably did tell him some things because she was getting so much backlash to make it seem like, oh, I'm in on it too. Yeah, I agree. But he's doing that with consent. He's choosing to do that as well.
oh, this is like, what else am I doing? Like, this is it. This is like, oh, like, I want
True.
to grow, but don't really know how.
I think that Oscar and I really thrive off of change. Like we always have when we've moved, when we've had kids, when we started our YouTube channel. Like,
Oh, you mean things you did together in a relationship, having children, building a home and careers, but now you're splitting like all that apart and it will be all split apart. You're doing all those things. What a joke.
any big change in our life we've done so well with.
Yeah.
And in the past couple of years, nothing has changed. And so I feel
We
like
did good.
Well, here's the thing. When they're talking about nothing has changed, they're talking about nothing exciting. They're talking about they've been they've been stagnant, they've been like stable, they've been like comfortable. And what they're saying there is that they're trying to like spice things up to change up their life. But just imagine having everything you want, home, children, family life, free, passive income, being financially free, and then being like, I'm too comfortable, bro. Like, most people wish they had their life. These guys weren't even affected by the pandemic and still aren't.
In Palm Desert.
Yeah. But again, change. And so I think that when we don't change and we don't grow, we both become extremely frustrated with each other, with ourselves, with our environment.
So what happens when so what's going to happen when that happens again? You going to get back with them just to change things up? Or are you going to break up with some other person? Like, this doesn't make sense to what she said in the other video.
And so, yeah, I don't know. This is obviously very long, but I hope that people...
Maybe the change that should have happened was that they should have communicated together, and she could have had her change by being more independent. And so, same with him, and not try to self-destruct a relationship and actually talk, but instead we get this drivel. It's just, bro, come on.
People can see and respect that
I like that. I need to change. Let's uproot our kids and whole life. Yeah, exactly. Oh boy.
I do know that it lets you guys down, and I'm sure from that point of view it's so weird, like watching somebody on YouTube, and especially like on YouTube we looked happy and we were happy. Like
You weren't happy. You said you were unhappy, or you were becoming unhappy for a year. It's over a year. I believe that. I can prove it. But you said you were happy, or that you were not happy, and that you weren't having fun or getting along or any of that. That's not happiness. This is literally why you're breaking up. You can't even have a partner who like brings you up in life and makes you feel confident, and you don't even love him. So what are you going on about, Kyra?
Doing one thing and then off camera, like screaming
What
at
was
each other.
the last video? The tree video, we were still truly like together.
Tree.
He's just mean they were just together. They weren't really together. They were having major issues at that point. He's just considering that they were like not broken up, and that was like days before they actually broke up or something. I think Astra's going to flourish without her. Absolutely, I agree, and I don't think she will. He said it's been 1 month without intimacy. Then Kyra was like 2 months, low key. So her new boo wouldn't get mad, left my ass off. I don't know. You never know, right?
The tree video, that was like 2 videos ago when we set up the Christmas tree. We were still like fully committed.
Yeah.
Like nothing had happened.
Jesus Christ, Kyra, paint a wall or something. You don't break up your family because you want change. My God. Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't break up your whole ass life and like change everything, especially when you have children, because you're bored and you feel stagnant. That doesn't make sense. Why would you do that? I honestly think this is because she couldn't control him. I agree. To not have a vasectomy, he was sure and did it for the right reasons. True. This was when this all started. This didn't get her way, so now she doesn't. Yeah.
And yeah, I think
Love him anymore. She wants more kids because that's all she knows. Agreed. And that's the thing. She mentioned the kid. She talks about having other kids. I'm like, I love that. Well, she knows nothing else, but I love that she says that while also saying that she wants to like change, but she wants to go do the same damn things. And that's all we'll see from them is like the same things like in the vlogs or whatever. But I guess there's spice stuff because they're not sleeping together, even though they weren't doing that anyways.
the last video, I think it was like 4 days into whatever started happening, and then that's when it was like, oh, like that's when we like shut down. Like, oh.
So it's not like we were happy here, but not happy off camera.
Yeah.
That's not how it was. It's just once we
That's exactly how it was. You were unhappy off camera. That's literally this whole thing. That's why you broke up with him, apparently.
not happy and we started going through things, we stopped uploading. Basically.
Yeah. Once it got really bad.
Yeah.
Really bad.
So what was my point of that? Oh, I hope that people can see that, you know.
Just take a time out and live a few weeks in different places, but don't throw it all away. Exactly. Like, you can take a break, find yourself, be more independent, but you don't have to like destroy everything. It's insane.
I was saying I feel bad. I know that it's probably weird and sad, and it has been for us too, and we're still learning and adjusting, and I'm sure it's going to take a long time. Mm-hmm. But you know, we are still a team. We still love our kids. We still want what's best.
They're still a team because they have to be, because their financials are linked together. Not because they're married, but because they have a YouTube channel and they literally have nothing else. Their bed and breakfast thing or the Airbnb thing flopped and they have nothing else. She is baby kept by Kyra, but that's not a business. That's a hobby. It's a side hustle. YouTube is where it's at for them, and it's going to flop as well. And then, I don't know, maybe I'll have to find real jobs like regular people, which will be hilarious.
Best for our kids. I have no intentions of bashing Oscar or making him look bad because I love him. He's still my best friend, and I hope that continues for the rest of my life.
Best friend, but you did him dirty. You couldn't just sit down and talk to him. You had to try to self-destruct and be a real B-word. It's so funny. She talks about self-love, but then she treats him like garbage. Bro, come on.
Same. No intention to make you look bad. Yeah. Same. I'm sorry if there's anything I've said or done that makes you look bad. Like, I really do.
Well, I think you're honest.
Well, he also says that she hasn't been through anything and he goes through everything. I mean, he's basically victim blaming. I mean, come on.
And I think that that's important throughout this process. But I'm just saying, like, intentionally, I know we would never bash each other. Like, I can say the same for both of us. So, anyways.
Dude, next video better be a positive one, alright?
This is positive.
You're right.
This is not positive at all. Like, you're breaking up a 7-year relationship because you want to, like, feel confident or whatever. I don't know. So weird.
It's weird.
Yeah, you're right. But I need, like, happy vibes only.
Yes.
No more sad topics. Let's just continue. Oh,
and baby woke up.
Yeah.
So.
Alright, it's over. Oscar never just like that. This first quiet. Nervous women always are able to get away with being controlling and narcissistic. Speaking from a woman's perspective, I know women who are like this. Yeah, women can be pretty gross sometimes, so can men. Whenever she looks at him, it looks like she wants to murder him, probably behind the camera. You never know, right? Never know behind the camera. I think that this is the craziest thing to understand. Like, yes, Oscar is no saint, but why would you not sit down with your significant other who you have 4 children with and discuss your issues? Absolutely. Which is funny because if you go look on the channel 3 months ago, like I think back in October, they uploaded a video on how they fixed their issues. So literally a month before, they uploaded a video on how they fixed their issues. But apparently it was all a lie. They're definitely not going to bash each other. Yeah, they do. Don't worry. Picturing them trying to draw and respect boundaries as co-parents living together with the level of communication they seem to have. Yeah, that's a great point, is that they don't have any communication. They're in a relationship was horrible. So just imagine how bad it's going to get when they're broken up. This is definitely the end of Okay Baby. Absolutely. I remember that. And I figured they were not okay. Yep. All right, well, that's about it, guys. You guys have any final thoughts before I go? I'm cold. I want to go in and warm up and eat food. Anything else? They have been unhappy for so long. Agreed, but just going with the flow. Yep. For their channel and the and kids that they don't know how to fix, they never really belong together. It shows. Absolutely. Yep, this is the end. If this is how 2020 is going to go, we are in for one. Yeah. I mean, Betty White goes. Creep Short came online and just made herself look even like weirder as a stalker. Okay Baby's breaking up. 2022 is popping off, man. They keep saying how they are the best friends, but best friends talk to each other about everything. Absolutely. And they even claim they did that. I don't think she has been thinking of leaving for a year. It's just been since November, but when she met another person. No, I think she's always wanted to leave Oscar for years, and I know that there's been a lot of issues within the years. I just think she didn't have the guts to do it until she met someone. That's what I believe. We all can have our opinions. Thanks for another great recap, Apoc. No problem. Hey, all good. No, don't worry about it. Let's see what they post tomorrow. Everything will be just fine. I know, Raj. This is so cringy to watch, man. What's the situation with this other guy? Don't know. They've they kept the cheating part off this video for a reason, so we don't know. Since they are both vlogging separately, it seems they might split the money away. Yeah, I mean they're broken up, so they gotta split the money. So they're gonna, I'm telling you, they're gonna see a big difference in their money because this situation is not gonna last very long. That's why she didn't give him the ring back. Yeah, she's gonna pawn it off. Or maybe she's gonna propose to the other guy. What a poop show. They're poop kids. Or they're poop kids. They're poor kids. Why I say poop? As mother, you can't choose yourself in this way. You choose to have 3 kids. one was accident. Fulfill your responsibility. Exactly. You go, I'm going to choose myself. Guess what, Kyra? When you have children, you don't choose them. You don't choose yourself. You choose them over anything and what's best for them. And you're not choosing what's best for you. You give up that right when you have children. And when you don't, you are selfish. And that's what I have a huge problem with Kyra right now, is that she's choosing her and herself over her children and what's best for them. How do you know they cheated? Because it was insinuated or implied in the other video. He said it's not full-blown cheating, which insinuates and implies that she cheated. Exactly, she didn't give the ring back, even though it's supposed to go back to Oscar since they were only engaged. Yep, have a good night, can't wait. Yeah, guys, I should have another video out tomorrow. Let's end this. I'm cold and I'm hungry. But thanks for joining. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Like the video so it pushes out. Support, it does a great job in supporting me, makes me money, makes me keep doing this stuff. And I will catch you guys later. And again, let's get to 5K. 5K, I'm giving out 10 bags of chips for my family's company, and random people, of course, and we'll figure all that logistics out when we get to 5K. But thanks for joining and having some dialogue, and I'll catch you guys later. Trying to end this thing. I won't do it. All right, bye.